All right, New Jersey has long been considered one of the bluest of blue states in America. Not anymore. Kamala Harris only won New Jersey by a mere 6 points last year. And by the way, that came just 3 years after Republican Jack Ciattarelli nearly won the governor's mansion, finishing just 3 points behind the current governor, Phil Murphy. Now, 4 years later, Jack is back, and now he's the Trump-endorsed Republican nominee for governor. He's facing a Democrat congresswoman, Mikey Sherrill, who is, by the way, in over 5 years ago in office, has exactly one bill through the House. 5 years, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of heavy lifting. It was one of those never-ending spending bills. She clearly is comfortable spending all of your money which is scary, and because New Jersey already has some of the highest taxes in the entire country. No wonder, then, that the latest polls are showing that Ciattarelli is within striking distance of Sherrill, especially when voters are asked about taxes, which is, by the way, the #1 issue of concern for the people of New Jersey. Here with more, Republican nominee for governor, New Jersey own candidate Jack Ciattarelli is with us. You know, I've got to say to you, I was kicking myself 4 years ago because I didn't see a close race in your race. I just didn't see it. And I'm not going to make the same mistake this time. That was when Glenn Youngkin won. Now, I know that New Jersey has had a mass exodus like New York and Illinois and California. But with that said, things are pretty awful in New Jersey. Taxes are really high. Crime is out of control. You have some of the worst schools in the country. And I got to imagine there's an opening here. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong. People have had it across the board because of the affordability crisis. It's not just that we pay the highest taxes in the nation overall, but now we're paying some of the highest monthly electric bills in the country because the Murphy administration, with the support of my opponent, bet it all on wind. They didn't expand natural gas, electricity production, didn't expand our nuclear footprint. We used to be an electricity exporter, now we're an importer, and people are paying through the nose, and they're not happy about it, nor should they be. I'll fix that on day one.
What are the other big issues? Taxes is obvious one. Quality of life is one. Law and order, safety, security, schools, education. Everything I read is radical hard left. Am I reading your opponent right?
You exactly are, and they've gone soft on crime with things like cashless bail and handcuffing our police in a number of different ways. My attorney general will support local law enforcement. We'll take the handcuffs off. We'll let them do their job. We will not have sanctuary cities. We will not be a sanctuary state. My opponent supports both, as she did Joe Biden's open border policies. But you know, Sean, a few moments ago when you talked about what she didn't accomplish in Congress, let me tell you what she did accomplish. In only 6 years' time, she tripled her net worth and then was found guilty of violating federal law on stock trades and stock reporting for Congress people. There's nothing people hate more than when somebody uses public office to enrich themselves.
Okay, so what do you think as you analyze Mamdani in New York, your opponent here? Then you can add to that Jasmine Crockett, AOC, the Squad, Grandpa Bernie. You look at people like Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, they seem rather impotent. They fear the more dominant radical left wing of their party. What has happened that they've gone this hard left in your view?
It bewilders me. My opponent has endorsed Mamdani. I mean, this is someone who has said that Israel as a Jewish state doesn't have a right to exist. He called the NYPD a racist threat to the community. Last week, he was saying that police should not respond to 911 domestic violence calls because they escalate the situation. This is the person who my opponent has endorsed. Josh Shapiro, the Democratic governor of Pennsylvania, has condemned Mamdani, not my opponent.
Yeah, well, that's pretty interesting. And I don't think Josh Shapiro could even get the Democratic nomination at this point. Probably too moderate. Anyway, we're going to watch this race very closely. We appreciate you being with us. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.